Thank you, Vic. Well, biking is a great way to keep the family active this summer, but if you don't have a bike, don't get discouraged by all of the bells and whistles you might find. We stopped in at Campus Wheelworks, and they gave us a rundown on how to find a bike that fits your needs.
A good bike is hard to find, so with the weather warming up, we headed over to Campus Wheelworks to get some tips and pointers on how to buy a new bike.
This guy here is the Jamis Allegro X. It's a good balance between a bike that can do really well on the pavement. It's a comfortable ride, but still has an all-terrain tire, a suspension fork, and disc brakes, which make it great for riding off trail too. And one of the big things that I tell most people to look out for is you want to make sure you maintain a good tire pressure, so you got to pump up your tires every once in a while.
So some people might be looking for a more specific bike. Maybe they're racing or they're just in the city, and we also have bikes that are good for only trail. So why don't we take a look at those? You can kind of give us a rundown of both types. I can tell by the big tires that this is like the monster truck for bikes.
Yep.
So this is a trail bike.
Yep.
Now give us a rundown of what a trail bike is.
Sure. Yeah, technically this is a 29er mountain bike. 29er refers to the size of the wheel. Traditionally mountain bikes always had a 26-inch wheel, so 29er bigger. Typically what you see in a mountain bike is, there's a lot of varieties of ones that have front suspension, some have rear suspension too. This one just has front suspension, so we call this a hardtail. And another cool feature with this shock too is you can lock it out.
So that it doesn't shock?
Yep.
Absorb the...
Yep, so you can turn it off basically, so it's more efficient when you're, say, climbing up a hill or riding around the city.
Now you were saying before that there's bikes for every sort of size of person. How do we go about finding a bike that's going to fit our body type?
First thing we really look at, especially for a mountain bike, is what we call standover height. So this is more my size. So
yeah, it's looking a little big for me.
I'll demonstrate. Basically, you want to be able to stand over the top tube and have some clearance there. Next thing we would look at is your cockpit. You're going to kind of reach to the handlebars and to make sure that your body angle is at something that's comfortable for you.
Now that we've got our bikes picked out and our helmets on, because we want to be safe, we're going to take our bikes for a little bit of a test spin. I'll let you lead. Well, the cool thing about Campus Wheelworks, I didn't know that there were tons of different kinds of bikes, and they have it all. They have trail bikes, road bikes. It was just really neat to sort of see how different bikes work
all
in
the
different
different
terrains.
kinds that are out there. I was saying if I'm going to get a bike, I want kind of like a cute one that you would think seeing around the beach.
I always picture myself on a vintage 50s kind of bike.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll head there and look at them.
We're more practical.
Right. Okay, now we're going to send things into our kitchen with Victoria. Hey, Vic.